Okay, welcome to Quincy Squid Garage. We have removed our Jeep Inline 6 engine. This is the 4.2 liter, and we attempted to use our pressure washer to clean it all up so we can disassemble it and paint and rebuild and all that stuff. So the pressure washer we had was the Portland 1700 PSI, the one from Harbor Freight, 89 bucks usually. We've had it for about a year. I've got some videos on that where we did some car washes. I did a foam cannon upgrade with it. Well, Saturday night, right before Easter, pressure washer quit on us about 11 months into owning it. So Harbor Freight was closed. They closed on Easter Sunday, so we just got over there and decided to just upgrade to the Bauer. All right, so we've got the Bauer here. This is a 2000 PSI. This is also an electric pressure washer. The reviews are on it pretty good. I got my assistant down here who's playing in oil. Jesus. Right? And, but the reviews were really good on the little Portland one as well. And it worked great, but it just didn't hold up because we use it quite a bit. I probably use it at least once a week. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this thing and put it together and put it to the test cleaning up this engine. Okay, so here's my assistant. She's going to go ahead and unbox this thing. Don't cut your hands. That is a very sharp blade, okay? So careful, careful.
Careful, come on, middle.
You have a blade. You could have cut that.
Not lazy.
You're not using good etiquette with that blade. Put it back on the table, please. Back on the table. Come on, before you OJ yourself. Let's go. All right, let's get everything out. It should be mostly together. All right. Yeah, put it back. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and get the rest of it out, and then we'll start putting it together. All right, getting all the bubble wrap removed here. This is evidently really, really difficult. It's a tube. Take it all the way around. Don't make a mess. It's windy. There goes a little piece right there.
Yeah.
That's the piece right there. It's going to make the world end.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks a lot. Now I got to go chase that down. Give me this. Thank you. All right, let's get the rest unwrapped. Okay, so what's the first set of instructions say? Put on the wheels, right?
Yeah.
So how do we do it?
Put them on.
Okay, well, let's do it. People on YouTube are waiting.
Well, they can wait a bit longer.
They can wait a bit longer?
Yeah.
Well, that's rude. So what are we doing here? Where's your rods for it?
Oh, that doesn't work.
Well, you didn't read the directions.
Probably here.
The directions tell you exactly what to do. Imagine that.
Wow. You think they have those for parenthood?
Yeah, actually they do. You can find it on Amazon.
Oh, for
So you just dumped all your washers out all over the place. FOD shipmate, FOD. All right, so we figured out how to get the bolt in. I guess it's more of a pin because they're held in with a washer and a pin on this retaining pin to put the wheels on. All right.
I didn't know there was supposed to be one.
You didn't know there was supposed to be a washer? That's because you're not reading the directions.
I don't need directions.
Okay, so we got the second wheel on, washer in, retaining pin in. Disco. All right, what's the next step in the directions?
Put the little bar.
You put the little bar handle on. Okay, so let's make it happen, Captain. Make sure we scratch it up before we do it. Mm-hmm. There we go. Look at that. All right, so how do we get it to go in? Make sure you pinch your fingers. It's part of the deal. So try one side at a time. Yeah, told you you're gonna pinch your fingers.
I didn't pinch nothing. It just hurt pushing it
Mm-hmm.
in. It won't go in.
It won't go in? Oh, let's take it back. Okay, now that we've remedied the handle, what do we got?
Oh, we got a gun holder.
A gun holder. So that's probably that joint, right?
Yeah.
So you got yourself a screwdriver there, looks like, and some screws and directions. You dipped it in the oil?
No.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're putting our first couple screws in here. All right. So wind that down before it falls out. You should have at least 2 on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna wind those down. Okay, so she's putting the handle on for the wand. The other 2 plastic pieces here and here are just started, so those still need to be tightened up. And then we're ready to put some water in this thing, I think. All right, which way are we going? Righty tighty. Look at you. ASC, here we come. Okay, so I made the decision and gave her a power tool. Let's see if we strip any screws out. Nice and slow, okay?
It's too hard.
All right, let's take a look. Okay, so we're gonna apply some Teflon tape to our 2 fittings. We got one here where the hose on the reel is gonna attach for the gun here. And then for the wand for the gun, I'm gonna have my assistant put some Teflon tape on this. So keep it straight. You don't want it going over the port here, okay?
Oh, my hands are sweaty.
Your hands are sweaty? It's because he was wearing those gloves.
Oh, you told me to wear.
Well, so, all right, go ahead.
It's not straight.
Nope, that's already junk. So let's do it again. All right. Pull it, keep it straight. All right, here you go. Now when you get it on there, kind of push it in and then pull that around tight and it'll seal into those threads. Okay?
Yeah?
It's probably good enough for government work, but if you were a plumber or something, not so much. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put this on. Put this on. There's an O-ring in here, okay?
Yeah.
So you got to push it past that O-ring. I'll hold it for you. All right, now spin it on. And it should go relatively smooth, okay? And then what size did you determine that fitting was?
7/5.
7/5.
8.
I don't think that's a thing. 7/8. There you go.
It is in that.
7/8 of an inch. Well, 7/5 will be 1 2/5.
Yeah, well.
So let's go ahead and tighten it up. Come on. Get your wrench. And I'll hold this side because this side spins. Okay, that should be good to go. Go ahead and give it a little more. All right, good. So let's go ahead and plug it in. So we're tightening up the last line here. We already got the one down here hooked up. And then we'll hook up our water line and try this joint out. Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's try it out. We're losing daylight, so we got to get this engine pressure washed. We'll let it dry, then we're gonna break it down and paint. So we'll rebuild and paint. So, all right, let's get it hooked up. Water. All right, so we've got our water line pushed in. We're just gonna, without power applied, we're gonna put water through it to kind of prime it. As soon as it stops choking on itself, we'll go ahead and turn power on and check the pressure of this thing. Okay, so we primed this thing. We've got it hooked up to power. It should be hooking up right to an outlet, but I don't listen. The reel, I read bad reviews on the reel, and I'm kind of thinking along with them because it doesn't want to unwind because it's attached to this side. So we're just going to kind of wing the, I think that's for at the beginning, you wheel it all the way out, and at the end, you know. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and try it. So go ahead and spray the side of this motor, not on top of where the cylinder head goes. Let's check this thing out, okay? First spray. Okay, so we went ahead and paused. I just went ahead and unwound this thing. I unhooked it from the engine side and unwound the cable, the hose. So I read a lot of bad reviews on the hose itself. If we had a big ball of fire in the sky right now, it'd probably be better to kind of get rid of some of the coiling, but we'll get through it. Okay, so now that we've got some room, let's go ahead and try this thing out. All right, Madison, get up in there, get close, but don't spray in my cylinders. You're spraying in my cylinders. There we go. Pressure. Okay, we got some engine degreaser and a wire brush, and then we're gonna hit this again with the pressure washer, and this thing should look like $1,000,000. Okay, so here we are, all cleaned up, looks 1,000% better. So we're gonna go ahead and run some compressed air through the tops of these cylinders just because a little bit of water did get in there. This is gonna be a complete tear down, so no big deal anyway, but I'm not gonna mess with it for a few days. So we're gonna run some compressed air in there, get that water out, spray some WD-40 in there, and try to get everything out of there as best we can to prevent any kind of rust or corrosion before we take those cylinders out. But I've already got the top end built up on the cabinet over here, and we will be taking everything out from the bottom. And I want to show this young lady how we do all that because her Datsun is next. So thanks for sticking with us, and appreciate you. But I mean, it works 1,000% better than that green Portland did. So let's go ahead and try it on some of the driveway here. We already kind of did. We had some overspray and just some oil stains and stuff like that. So go ahead, Mad Dog. Get up in there. Yeah, it looks a lot better, huh? Try and hit that spot right there, that black spot. Get in there close. And if you put the red tip on there, you'll get that off. So we'll do the whole driveway. I do have a driveway attachment piece for one of these, so you don't have the lines. But I think all in all, this is a win. So Madison, shut it off. So appreciate you tuning in. I think this is a win. Great unit. I think we paid, because we turned the other one in on the warranty. And this one happened to be on sale today. So I think we paid $100 difference to upgrade this one from the green Portland. So $100 to have this other than the green one. This is 300 more PSI, at least on paper. But it worked great. And probably the only thing I'm really not happy with is that reel, which seems to be a common denominator, but I think we'll be all right. So thanks for tuning in. Say it all.
Subscribe, hit the bell icon for more notifications on future videos.
Oh, look at you. She's a pro.